to T2K. I'm Tawana.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Kim. We have our special guest, my niece, Tony's niece, Tawana's daughter. This is our special guest, Miss Rikkia, guys. She is here today with us to chime in on a couple of conversations that we're going to have today. Our main conversation is women relationships. And these relationships, as far as friendships, motherhood, childhood friendships, lesbian relationships, relationships, heterosexual relationships, whatever there is to talk about in women in relationships. So you guys stay tuned, keep watching, see what you can learn from us, and we're going to take what we can get from you. We are talking about women relationships today. Within women relationships, Tawana, we were talking last week or so, and we were talking about just different type of friendships and women in their friendships and different relationships and things of that nature. And you brought up a good topic about how you feel about your friendship with different women that you've been friends with. Can you give us a little bit of feedback on what you thought about your friendship with different women?
I would say that women are just weird. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Women is weird, and they are just I don't know. They're difficult. I mean, you can't trust. I don't know. I had really bad experiences with women. Women tend to not like a person or another woman because either she's pretty or because they like her man or because she just handles her business in a certain way, a style. And sometimes women, when we was talking last week, I was saying how sometimes you have a really good friend, and she might have friends, but her friends don't like you, and you don't know why. And
right,
I've been in a lot of situations like that. But women are they're just weird. That's the only way I can put it. I don't know what else to say.
Tell me a personal experience that you had, with another woman that you feel like, okay, this bitch is weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, give me an experience that you had.
Okay, I have a lot of experience, but I remember one time it was a girl. We was pretty cool, right? And she was going out of town or something. She was like, "You could go with me," but then she was like, "Nah, no, you can't go." Yeah, and I don't want you to go because I think she was saying her cousin, boyfriend. No, her cousin would be mad because I'm pretty, and I was like, "What?" And that didn't even make sense. So she was saying because her brother girlfriend or something. It was like her brother girlfriend. She's really jealous.
Uh-huh.
And I guess the boyfriend is probably like a flirt or something. Mm-hmm. So she was like, well, no, I don't want you to go to Tawana because that girl, she's not going to like you because of her boyfriend. That shit didn't even make sense.
No, that
didn't make sense. Right? So I was like, so I can't go because I can't help it if I'm not saying that I'm all of that, but I'm just saying I can't help it if I'm cute.
She always think this shit, y'all.
Here we go. And I'm gonna tell you another time too. One time I was walking the trail, right? I was walking the trail and I had on some leggings. So these old ladies, they when I had walked up, they just kept looking at my butt because my butt is big, and I don't know why. It's just natural. But they kept looking at it, and then one of them was like, "That looks really nasty." What? And I was like, why do women body shame other women? Right. I don't
because they're simple.
That.
Right. They're stupid.
Yeah. And right. I'm like,
they're stupid.
I did feel a certain type of way when she was like, that they look nasty. Like, ma'am, I can't help the way that I'm shaped. Mm-hmm. I didn't ask for to have a big ass. I don't have any injections or nothing like that. And I felt a certain type of way. And I think did I ever tell you that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really bothered me. So when I say women relationships, that's the type of things that I think of because it's kind of negative, Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then people are, and one thing else, let me just say one more thing and I'm going to pass it to y'all that women think just because you may they don't know you, but they think that you are a certain type of way.
Yes.
Like women would think that if you would just get to know me, you would know that I'm cool as shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I've dealt with that a lot. I've dealt with that a lot.
But women be like, you know, when they first meet me, it's like I don't know. It's just like I'm unapproachable.
Right.
But I don't understand why. But if you get to know me, or if you get to know other women, instead of judging women by the way that they look or a certain thing about them, if you really get to know them, they probably cool as shit.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. I've dealt with that a lot too. Coming up, like people just looking at me and like, you look like you can't be approached, or you just look like you mean. How the fuck do I look mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, just sitting here. I'm not doing anything. It's me to look like I'm just sitting here. What are you talking about? How do I look mean? Or how do you feel that you can't come up to me and approach me? Like, what gave you that sense of me that you can't come up to me and approach me? And most people, once they get to know me, I'm cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? I give you my heart. I give you everything. If anybody know a Taurus and a true Taurus, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal to you. I that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But people look at me and as a woman and come out and say, well, I thought you was mean. You know, I thought I couldn't approach you. You know, she thinks she cute. No, I think you think I'm cute. So thank you for thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you think that I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird as shit. Women are weirder than they were coming up.
Exactly.
When we were coming up, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't care. I didn't care who I hung with. She could be ugly, dirty, stinky, long hair. We was just cool. We was out. We was glad to be outside. We didn't see nothing else. But now it's like, you got to be with a certain group of women. Like, I don't want to be in this certain group of women where I got to hang with you because you got to carry a Gucci, a Chanel, and this and that. Do you have all that money in your motherfucking purse that you out here flossing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be with them type of women. I want to be with somebody that is real, that I can say, you got on my nerves today. You know what I'm saying? You're not sensitive because I said you got on my nerves. You're not sensitive. Well, sometimes she be lunching, y'all.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be with my sister right here. Like, I can go to her, I can curse her out, we can talk shit to each other, and then we're good. You know what I'm saying? I can be honest with her. I can tell her how I feel. I don't have to worry about going out with my sister and my sister looking at me like she thinks she cute and she, you know, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Today's era of women, which I'm gonna let my niece speak on. Y'all are different. Like, how do you feel? Because you're very beautiful. So how do you feel when you go out with? It ain't got nothing to do with you, okay? It's all her. Well, how do you feel like when you go out with your friends? Do you feel like you have to be a certain way around your friends, or do you have to be with a certain group of friends? Give me what's your experience.
I feel like I personally surround myself with people that are authentic, and I make that a big like focal point in all of my friendships. But I feel like in general, for my generation, especially because we're the generation of like social media, that it's like for us, literally the world is like a stage. So people will hang out with people just because that person has like a large following, or because they're popular, or because they dress a certain way, or maybe that person is popular within a certain city and they can get you around, you know, into like the best clubs, or like around other people that are like affluent within the area that you're in. So I feel like for my generation, because we're the social media generation, it's like everything that you do almost feels like you're kind of like putting on a show. Everybody thinks, you know, this is my best outfit, I have to post that on Instagram. Or I just got a new apartment, I have to post that on whatever. Or I just got into a relationship, I want to post 50 pictures of me and my partner because I want everybody to think that we're happy.
Right.
And then behind closed doors,
shit
it's
is a
not
mess.
that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I feel like for me, it's hard, almost kind of like building friendships, because you never know who's being a real person, who's being genuine with you, or who's even really your friend just because they want to be your friend. Because I've met girls, you know, throughout my lifetime that will be my friend just because, you know, I'm relatively like an attractive person. So I'll have friends that just want to be my friend because they want to reap the benefits of, like, you know, me being able to get in, you know, like a club, because I'm, you know, I'm whatever. So a promoter might be like, yeah, you and your friends, y'all are one. Or she might want to get next to a certain guy or something. And she's like, okay, well, I want you to talk to his friends so that you can be able to, you know what I mean?
And
so
the same stuff they used to do
you
with
never
us,
know
if
if somebody is being genuine, because it feels like most of the people that you meet are putting on some type of front for the rest of the world. And then it's like tenfold, like I said, because we have the social media thing.
Right.
So that's kind of like how it is for us. And it's bad. Like, so there are some people that are like addicted to social media. I know some people that like have to get on it, have to post stuff like every day. So
I'm looking at one of them now.
Bitch. So, excuse me, y'all.
And this one right here too.
I do not have to. No, I get on social media now more than ever because I'm trying to promote my business. You guys will learn about that later. But I'm trying to promote my business, so that's why I'm on there. But I agree with Kia wholeheartedly. I can't stand my friends when they're like on social media and they're just posting every fucking thing they're doing. Oh, I'm on a plane. I'm on a plane.
You want to shout me?
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to go here. Oh, I got an ice cream cone. Oh, I'm doing this. No, I don't know. I don't need to know what you're doing all day, every day. No, I'm not that. Now, if you seeing posts from me, yes, I'm posting the business stuff that I'm starting to do again. And yeah, I am. Me and my wife just took some cute pictures, y'all. So I'm gonna post those. I'm gonna post those, so y'all gonna see them. All right, then. But yeah, like seriously, I don't like that shit. It's dumb to me. Like, why do I want to know that you're eating a burger? Why do I have to see a picture of the side of the burger that you bit? Why? I don't need to see that. Why do I need to know that it's 10/29 Tuesday and you're at whatever store? I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of the women our age now are trying to follow you guys' you know, your age group. They're trying to follow their age group and be more of their age group and say, oh, I'm going to do this, and this. I got to get my wig done. My lace is laid and all. Girl, we didn't have to, we pressed the hell out of our hair. You know what I'm saying? Or we had a perm. I got hair, okay?
What's your take on
that? Well, how do you
women
feel?
in relationships? We really want to know.
Well, I kind of want to piggyback on what you said about being around certain women and women worried about certain women being around our men. I think there just has to be boundaries established upon the relationship between you and your girlfriend or your sister or your cousin, because let's just keep it 100%. Sometimes it's our own family members that feel that way and don't want you around their husbands or their boyfriends or their significant others. Like, those are the ones you have to worry about. Friends, you most likely you don't have to. And as far as different friends, I also feel like you have certain friends for certain relationships in certain parts of your life. Like me, for one, I have a lot of friends. I'm a people person, and most of my friends I've had all of my life. So I have friends that I go out with, like you, Tawana. I have friends that I go eat with because they only just like to go eat. I have my my sorors that I only spend time with doing sorority things. I have my women co-workers that I only have relationships at work. So again, it's such a huge umbrella when it comes to women relationships. And we just have to have those boundaries, and we pretty much have to compartmentalize. You know, we do that everything with everything else, but we have to compartmentalize our friendships as well. it sometimes saddens me that we have to do that.
Exactly.
But we have to do that for numerous reasons. We have to do that for mental reasons, because sometimes those women relationships can take you somewhere and have you question yourself, like, what am I doing?
Absolutely.
What did I do wrong?
Absolutely.
What did I do to to allow this woman into my space?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you go home like, I feel bad. And it seems like they don't even care. They can have you feeling as if you're the insecure one. You're the one that has anger issues. You're the one that's what can I say?
Bringing the issues. You're the one that's the drama. It's you.
Yes.
Never taking accountability for their own actions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So over the years, as I've grown,
this one here, y'all,
and I've learned to value my relationships, I just make sure I have them in different areas of my life.
Absolutely.
And I've experienced it. I've experienced uncensored. Let's keep it real. We here.
Friend, though, Tony? Who's your best friend? Tell her the truth.
You're my best.
Okay, there you go. That's all I need to know.
You're my best.
Y'all saw that, right? I mean, you know the world just saw you bully her, right? Who's your best friend, Tony? Who's your best friend?
And just like T said earlier, she's well endowed, and she's been that way for a couple of years. And I can honestly say that.
Right.
I can honestly say that I have friends in my life, which are female friends, which have said those things to me. And this may be the first time I'm talking about it, but I just want to bring it to. Yeah, I want to just bring it out in the air.
That's what I was about to say. Can't say what.
I've had female friends see her and don't know her and feel like she's unapproachable just because of her, I don't want to say mannerism, but the expression on her face. She walks with confidence, and some women can't handle confident women.
They can't handle
confident women.
I knew Tony knew what I was talking.
Yes.
I said we've been
they can't.
Yes.
They can't. A lot of women can't. And that's how it is. Like, again, not saying that I'm confident. Well, I am confident, but people don't like me because I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not going to sit here and agree with you because I feel like you're right. You know what I'm saying? Now, hands down, if we're out and some shit kicked off and I knew that Tony or Tawana was wrong, I'm still popping off. You know what I'm saying? We're going to still pop off together. But at the end, I'm going to be like, you was fucking wrong.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
You sure?
What you mean?
That you gonna pop off? Are you sure?
So I won't? Say I won't.
You will.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because we did it before.
Of course. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So
whatever. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta have and know who you can do and say what to. Like
No, but you should be able, as a woman, though. And Tony, I know you would agree with this too, that you should be able to be yourself without being jealous.
You should.
Why do women have to be jealous? Why are you jealous of this lady because she might have just bought a new car? Or why?
Absolutely.
I guess it's just a trait with women.
I don't think that is.
I mean, more with women.
Specific to women. I think that in general, if you're a person that, and I feel like more women being jealous of other women, or like, you don't like me because you think that I'm really confident, or you don't like me because you don't want me to be around your man. You think that I get a lot of attention from men. I think for me personally, as a woman growing up, I think you just have to realize that when people treat you that type of way, that it speaks more about how they feel about themselves. Less about who you are. So a person who's not confident with themselves, of course, they're going to look at you some type of way because you walk with confidence, because that's something that they don't have. They don't have.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's them being jealous. That's just kind of like, I'm looking at something in somebody else that I know that I struggle with within. And I think it's more internalized. But that's why we get to choose our friends and identify that kind of stuff and be able to be like, okay, I'm confident within myself and I'm going to be who I am regardless. So I have to make sure that I choose friends that walk with confidence, that are supportive of the decisions that I make, that are okay for me
even
to
if
be
they
myself.
don't really like it. But
well, your friend's not supposed to agree with everything.
Yeah,
absolutely,
and that's
absolutely.
why we friends.
Absolutely,
she'll be like, "Well, Tawana, that such and such and such," or be like, "Well, maybe you need to look at it a different way." Like sometimes you get like she do that, all the time, because you. I don't know, your friend, like your real friends, are not going to judge you.
Absolutely.
I should be able to go and say, you know what, Tony, I didn't like such and such. Okay, I didn't like such and such. And without them being mad, and they should be able to come to me and say the same thing without, that's how you know that's your friend. They care about you. They call you when certain stuff. You just do.
Instead of finding all the faults in that person,
right,
and finding every reason why you shouldn't be around that person, maybe they should just ask you why. Like, well, what can I do to add to the relationship? Because I'm a part of you. This other person is a part of you. This other person is a part of you. We can all come together and possibly learn from each other.
Exactly.
I do feel that a lot of women's characteristics and traits and activity fosters from how they were raised and how the female in our life, whether it been a mother, a grandmother, a aunt, a godmother, a cousin, whichever women figure they had in our life has a lot to do with how they treat their women relationships.
It does.
Coming up, moving forward.
I agree.
Yeah. And you know how Miss Kathy Braxton was. She was bad, okay? And we, she'll be like, she always used to say little stuff like, if you look like $1 million, you ain't gotta have $1 million.
Yeah.
But if you look like $1 million, you'll get treated like $1 million. And that's just something, that's stuck in my mind about her. Because she always looked like $1 million.
And it comes off in your walking confidence.
Right. That's why I get
walking in security.
That's what I get it for. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Everything that you do and the way you carry yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to add to that? Okay.
Oh, now she can't talk. Really, Kim?
I had 2 really good segments.
She did.
That in the part about specifically, okay. So I will say when it comes to women relationships, I agree that it has to do with the female figure in your life. Right. I would say that me and my mom have a really good relationship. I have strong relationships with multiple women in my life. You have my aunt's on the other side of the couch. I have really, strong female figures to look after within my life. But I also am friends with women my age that didn't have that. I have friends that either don't have a good relationship with their mom or don't have a relationship with their mom at all, or that's just have a relationship that's unfamiliar kind of to me, and I can tell that in the way that they behave and the way that they carry themselves in other relationships with other women. Like I have a friend that doesn't have a good relationship with her mom. And she's a very good friend of mine. We've been friends since middle school. But because she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, or kind of has like an absentee relationship with her mom, I see that in our friendship. So like when we like she's okay with like not talking for a really long time, or like when she has falling outs with other friends, she doesn't necessarily have that push to like fix those relationships or think too much deep into it, because for her, every relationship feels kind of like surface level, because that main relationship that she doesn't have it. So it's like every relationship that she has with the woman after that is kind of like it's whatever, because that main relationship she should have had with her mom isn't there. So it's like if I can fall out and not talk to my mom, what does it do for me to fall out with you? Not even realizing that these relationships are important. So I definitely see that. It's not something that I personally, or I can't say that I personally experienced that, because I do have a good relationship with my mom. I feel like because of that, I'm a better friend. Like, I look at things like a little bit differently when it comes to friendship, and I hold like womanhood and just my personal relationships with women just to a higher standard, because I have like better role models, I'll say, to look at. So I think that definitely plays a role. But I also feel like as women, when you are thinking about like, okay, well, this person is a little weird about this, or this person, whatever, feels a certain type of way about something, I think that it would benefit us to kind of think about, well, what kind of atmosphere that they grew up in? What's their relationship like with their mom? What's their relationship like with their siblings? Like, and I think that alone speaks to the type of person that you're dealing with, because a lot of the times it might not be that person doesn't want to be your friend or doesn't want to have a healthy relationship with you. It might just be that they literally don't know how, or this is the norm. Like, maybe she's jealous of you because she grew up her whole life, her mom being jealous of her or putting her down, or not making her feel like she's good enough. And now she goes on with her other relationships with women, expecting that same behavior. So I think that definitely plays an important role, and I've seen that firsthand.
That is amazing. Yes, that I mean, very well articulated. For me, being as old as I am, I won't say that it's how a woman has been treated by their mom and that defines their sisterhood. That's for me. Because for me, I didn't have a very good relationship when I was younger. Yes, we had the best relationship ever. But coming up as I got older and I understood a lot of things, I didn't have that relationship that I felt that I should have had with my mother. You know what I'm saying? So me, in that aspect of my life, I don't expect for Tony to give me what I'm missing from what my mother did not give me. I'm not expecting you to give me what my mother didn't give me. What I'm expecting from you as my friends is to respect my boundaries. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to respect my boundaries, and we can define our relationship as we grow with each other. Because no, I may not like what you like. I may not like what you like. You may not like what I like, and vice versa. But we should be able to come to each other as friends. And you can say that I'm truly your friend and tell you, you know what I'm saying? Without you feeling some type of way, or them feeling some type of way, or you're feeling like, oh, she's missing something from. No, I think that a lot of us don't go back. It took me for a very long time to seek therapy. And in seeking therapy, I found out so much shit inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So much stuff inside of me that you're like, oh, that's where this come from. That this is what, this is. So I can
not to cut you off, but that's why she was saying that sometimes when you go through stuff and you be acting similar, you might not think that you like acting that way, but somebody else would on the outside looking in and say, that's why she act like that. Because of relationship up with her mom, but you might not think that's why you act like that. But somebody else looking in will say that. You know what I'm saying?
So, and you guys, your era now recognize more than we did coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like she said, no, they
have more resources.
Yes, exactly.
Mental health is like something that doesn't have a stigma attached.
Absolutely. But for our era, it did. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't go around nobody and tell nobody that we were having anxiety and depression, or you know what I'm saying, or we felt some kind of way. They think you crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So real and so, oh man,
it's real. But for me, again, I don't define my friendships with my girlfriends surrounded by my life, my mother's. You know what I'm saying? I surrounded by my lifestyle, like you said. Or you, Tony, I'm sorry.
You probably had to learn it.
I did. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of people aren't willing to do the work to identify this is what's going on. I need to
like you say, you
fix yourself to become a better person. A lot of people don't do that. I think building friendships at y'all's age is just, I don't want to say unacceptable, but like when you're here with friendship, I feel like, you know, 10, 20 years ago, you should have looked at this stuff and then decided, okay, I need to make a change.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm more willing to be like, okay, we got some work to do, but you know, I'm gonna stick it out because we're still young, trying to figure out
yourself,
trying to figure it out from the beginning.
Yeah.
So you can relate to that too because you've been through a lot of stuff, but you recognize that, hey, it's, you know, this needs to be fixed, and I need to do this, or I need to do that. You know, I probably need to go to therapy. I really probably did.
Coming from
maybe it'll help
a household where my mom was there, but she was just the caregiver. She was the caregiver, and when I say caregiving, she went to work, or she went to school. She made sure the bills was paid. Right. She made sure we had a roof under our head. She made sure she had a car so we can get back and forth to the doctor. Right. She just made sure the home was a home.
Right.
With that being said, the relationship between her and I was absent. Right. Because she was the provider. But that's what she was taught when she was raised. Right. So I did not have that relationship with my mom. And opposite of what Kim says, it didn't define her, but it defined me. Right. Because it was just my brother in the house. It was just me and my brother. And I yearned. I learned independency from what she did. I always, as far as keeping a house, a job, and a car, and making sure that the household was taken care of. But I yearned for that relationship. Yeah. And later in my teen life, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. And she was born in the teens, so they come from a different era, and they did not talk. They were nurturers.
Right, right.
So I had a little bit of both. I had the nurturing, and I had the teachings of being independent. So again, I didn't have that relationship with my mom. And as an adult, I yearned to have a relationship with women.
Yeah.
So I have different women in my life for different things. And that's how I'm able to remain having them women in my life, because I yearned that as a young adult, as a young woman. I didn't have that. So I thrived to have those women relationships. But in those relationships, I've been hurt. I've been scarred.
Yeah.
I've been taught things that I wouldn't do again. It's made me insecure at times. It's made me hold back on my feelings, keep stuff in, holding stuff in, you know, till I can't hold it in no more. And then I come off as being an angry woman or an angry friend. But it's just that I wasn't taught. I didn't know how. So even now, as a woman over 50, I'm still learning, but
absolutely,
I've learned to know myself.
Right. Yeah.
Which brings full circle learning to have those relationships, or have a relationship with myself where I don't need other women as much. Yeah. But we all do. At the end of the day, we need that friendship.
Yeah.
We need it. And I just say, if you have those friendships, don't be so fast to walk away from those friendships, especially when you've done something wrong, or you see that you haven't done anything wrong. Just look in the mirror and take a look at yourself and say, what did I do? Or what can I bring to the table to make this relationship better before you separate that relationship with somebody that could possibly be everything to you, you know, as a woman, as a friend, as a mom. They can teach you something. Just don't be so quick to sever the relationship with that other woman that can bring something into your life.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Can
I add on to her real quick?
Go ahead.
I want to say that I commend you. Do have a lot of friends. You in a lot of organizations, and you always step out of the, I guess, the norm for me, and you know, create other relationships. But and although me and you are very good friends, and we have been for many years, and we're so much alike, but that part of us, I don't know. It's just I just don't. I ain't gonna say I don't like people, but women they're just so funny.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but she do have a lot of friends. She do a lot. I be like, girl, you always doing something.
Yeah.
That's a very good quality.
Yeah, they women are funny. Like I appreciate that. I've grown to this women relationship and friendships so different now. Like I just look at shit so different now. For me, my peace is everything. Everything to me. My peace like is everything to me. And I don't care who it is. Who it is. If you are stepping on that edge to break my peace, I'm gonna exit stage left. I'm sorry. A long-term friendship or not, like I have a long-term friendship now that we just had a whole misunderstanding, which I think was the dumbest shit ever. But 30 plus years of friendship, I chose to walk away. You know why? Because you lied, one. Two, you broke my fucking peace. You broke my peace. And when you broke my peace, that hurt me. That didn't hurt you. You didn't go to bed with a headache. You didn't go to bed upset. You understand what I'm saying? We never allow anybody to break our peace. And so when you start breaking my peace, I gotta go. I don't care who it is. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And these last couple of years have been the best peace that I've ever had. Good. In my almost 54 years of living. Okay?
54 is 64.
Bitch, shut up.
I think it was 64. She's got some type of miscalculation.
But and this is the best peace that I've had, and people breaking your peace if they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to my therapist about this all the time. Do I miss my
something to do with mental health?
Yes, it does. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to my therapist all the time. You know what I'm saying? Do I miss my friend? Yes. Because we were like this. Like, I could tell her anything. Yes. You broke my peace. You broke my peace.
But you know what, Kim? If Tony was to do something that really made me kind of mad, I don't think I would want to sever our relationship. But you my sister, so it's different. That's why I say best friend, because you know you're my sister, so that's like a different.
I got it.
A different thing. Right. Yeah. So we gonna be in a relationship regardless, because she get on my nerves, and I'm sure I get on hers. But you know, she'll
ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. But go ahead.
She what the hell was I saying? You messed me up.
No, you said you wouldn't break y'all.
Yeah. If she was to do something, it's nothing that she could do, because I've trusted her with a lot of shit.
It's probably something. But
no, it's nothing that she would do.
Something that could sever your relationship.
Yeah, I don't think it would never sever it. I'll just forgive her and be like,
boundaries.
It's important to have boundaries.
Boundaries.
And then understand when those boundaries have been crossed.
Absolutely.
And to know when to let a friendship go. Because sometimes holding on to a friendship
will do you more harm than anything.
If people make you feel a certain way, why would you hold on to? That's why I only have.
Well, that's why I said it's important to have value. You got to have that line where you're like, okay, this is unacceptable, and I'm not going to continue.
Well, I want to say that all the time.
But that's not to say that you should say little things. You know, she said this and I didn't like it, so now I'm in her
right. So I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that.
So it's important to also I wouldn't do that. Your battles when you have your friends. Sometimes
absolutely.
It's okay to be like, okay, we disagree, and I'm just let it die because this is my friend.
Right, absolutely.
And
I've done that a lot of times.
Yeah. And I'm okay too. I'm glad you brought that up, because it was a point that we didn't have boundaries. And I think we've learned that now. It was a point. To speak to you saying I could do nothing that would sever our relationship, which we haven't done that. But it was a time that
we just fell back.
We fell back
from each other, because I knew we was.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna fall back from Tony for a little while. Or she probably said the same thing, but she just didn't want to say it. And then came back better.
But it's also okay sometimes to take space.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
you need that space to grow. Yeah, because we're both alpha. We're both alpha females. And that's a whole nother conversation. We're dealing with a friend that's you're both alpha females. And then when it gets to that point where both our alpha is out, which it did, it's like, okay, there's no win-win here. Neither one of us gonna win. Both of us have a strong opinion and we gonna think what we think, and both of us want to be heard. We just want to be heard. And at that time, I just wanted to be heard. And I want to publicly apologize to you if I made you feel away, because this is how to the public.
Clock that. That's what grown women do. That's what grown women do. Okay? Clock that. Clock that. Clock that.
I can get on people's nerves. I understand.
And we did
but
that.
We did that in that instance. But I'm just saying.
I just honestly felt like you weren't used to me being vocal, and at that time I felt like being vocal.
Yeah, you
okay.
Did. So she shocked your soul. She shocked your soul.
Yeah.
She shocked that ass. Okay.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back because you gonna throw hands.
I want to give y'all a history here. I'm gonna put it out there. This woman right here was with me in the delivery room when I had my fourth child.
Okay.
And you just don't let nothing like that go. I mean,
exactly.
First of all, she saw.
But that's how I saw all my shit. Tell you this.
She saw all my shit, and I'm like, this woman, like, we might not be communicating right now. Listen,
that's how I feel about my friend. This chick done saw all of me and been all up in there, done did everything. You know what I'm saying? She done been there, done that, helped me with, and I was hurt by that fact that, damn, you fucking lied on me about something dumb as that, and then you going try to swip the Slim, because guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Hear me out. You know what went through my mind? If you can lie about something small as that and do something like that, you're gonna lie about something bigger, and absolutely. And I thought about, damn, Shanquella Robinson and them fake motherfucking friends.
Yes. To Mexico.
Yes.
And her friends murder her.
Yes. The one who.
And
yes.
Came back to the United States.
Yes.
Everybody lied.
Yes.
About what happened.
That's not friend status. That's not friend status. That's not friend status.
Like, I would never ever go with somebody.
But people are fake though.
I know that, but I'm saying, like you said, that's kids. That's kind of, what is your generation of people?
Know your friends.
Like us older people.
That's fake though. That's what I'm saying. So if you can lie about something small as that, like you, nah.
We don't travel together. I don't know if me and Kim ever travel together.
But those people were her closest friends.
Absolutely. Well, her best friend was supposed to be her best friend.
So lied directly to her parents.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you do something like that, and I'm thinking like you did something small as this to me, the person that's been there for you, do thinking it, it's something else, baby, I can't trust you. I can't. That right there, I had to flip it, because you know why? Again, remember I said the last couple of years, these last 5-6 years, has been the most peace that I've ever had. Right. So when you start to break that, for me, it's an issue. That's an issue for me, and that right there. That wasn't going to be it was going to be a no win-win. It was going to be a no win-win. And so that's why I had to let it go. So and I'm going to say this to the world. I love her dearly. And I miss her dearly. Okay? But I had to let it go. Done. You broke my peace. I'm good.
Okay.
That
was okay.
I'm done.
The peace was broken, y'all.
Can we just get a
little girl?
Can we get a group hug? Can we just get a group hug? Women on women, sisters, daughters.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
Sisterhood.
Here we go.
Sisterhood.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to T2K. And you know, we are so blessed and grateful that you guys are even watching us,
absolutely,
listening to us, clicking the like. You know,
yes.
Thank you so much, and thank you for accepting my beautiful daughter to come.
Yes,
and,
yes.
You know, have this conversation with us, ladies.
If you guys, I'm sorry, I had to wipe my little tears away. But anyway, if you guys want to be a special guest, I am. I'm a crybaby, y'all. But if you guys want to be a special guest on T2K, hit us up. You can find us at T2K Uncensored Pod on our YouTube, on our Instagram, and Facebook is T2K Uncensored. So, our TikTok, follow us there. Yes. Same. T2K Uncensored Pod. Follow us, like, subscribe. Yeah. Again, we're going to continue to have all these good conversations. And we have our featured business, Black owned business today, which is Nailed by Leaders. She did my nails. She does amazing press on nails. So we are shouting out Nailed by Leader. We will leave her information so that you guys can follow, you know, her. Y'all see that bling bling? That's from my wife, y'all. You see that? Yeah. So Lita has been doing my press-ons for the last 5 years almost, and she does a really good job. They last. So hit her up, you guys. We thank y'all again. Thank you so much for tuning in with T2K. We love you. We do. Thanks. Tony.
And I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Like we shared on our first episode, we are women growing. We're women growing in relationships. We're women growing on our job. Yeah. All over the place. So if you are a woman out there and you have anything that you would like us to talk about, please message us on inbox, message us your questions, your concerns, topics, whether you want to be on the show. Like Kim said, just send us a message. We're here. Yep. We're here and we hear all of your thoughts. Yes. We appreciate you in advance. So join us.
We love you guys. Bye.